Hi, I'm Mitchell Zuckoff, the author of Lost in Shangri-La, and now my new book, Frozen in Time, an epic story of survival and a modern quest for lost heroes of World War II. The book tells the story of 3 plane crashes in Greenland during World War II, and it also tells the story of a modern quest that I was fortunate enough to join to go back 70 years after these crashes to search for one of these planes entombed in a glacier with 3 heroes still aboard. I think Canadian readers will be especially interested in part of the book, a couple chapters, where I detail a Royal Canadian Air Force crew who also go down on the ice cap of Greenland around the same time and interact with some of the same people. And this crew, Goodlet, Nash, and Weaver, were ferrying an attack bomber over to England to get into the fight. And as they're flying over the island of Greenland, they experience something called flying in milk. This is a terrible experience for pilots where the ice cap, the white of the ice cap, blends with the whitish gray of the sky. Horizons disappear, and you don't know if you're up or down. And during this, they ran out of gas, they ran out of fuel, and they had to set down onto the ice cap. Now, Goodlet, Nash, and Weaver violated every rule, if you will, of the Arctic Survival Manual, which they didn't have anyway. They decided that they were going to walk to safety instead of staying with their plane. So they set out across the crevasses, across the bleak, desolate Arctic wasteland, hoping to reach the coastline where they think they might be seen. And they're trudging through snow, they're sleeping together, standing up at night. In the morning they have to literally unfreeze each other and unfreeze themselves from each other. And incredibly, they eventually make it all the way to the coastline where they interact with an American Coast Guard pilot, a rescue pilot named John Pritchard. And that story is one of great heroism and great endurance that I think you'll enjoy. I hope you enjoy Frozen in Time. Thank you. I always get asked whether I do all my research first or whether I research and write at the same time. I do as much research as possible first before I write. You're always doing some research during the writing. Something will come up and you're writing, you realize, I need to know a little bit more about this. But I want to get about 80 to 90% at least of my research done, because I feel like that informs the first word I write. I want to sort of plant seeds along the way from page 1 all the way to page 350. And I can't plant a seed at page 1 if I don't know the whole story. So I want to have ownership of the research before I start committing pen to paper or fingers to keyboard. Yeah, my filing system. I get asked about my filing system in notebooks. I have boxes and boxes of, my basement is a total fire hazard. I have boxes of notebooks that are just filed away in pretty good order, because you can't throw that stuff away, and not that it's going to be interesting or useful to anyone else, but once I fill a notebook, that's something, that's real, that's something that I created as part of the work process and its work product. And so my basement has, I've got shelves in my basement, wooden shelves with these cardboard boxes that go all the way back to like 30 years of newspaper work. And I feel bad for my grandchildren who are going to have to get rid of it or something.